Hi, and welcome to Astral Messages. My name is Angela, and I'll be bringing through guided messages for the sign of Aries today. Thank you for being here. These messages are for the collective, so I encourage you to tap into your intuition during these reads and to discern what resonates for you and your personal journey. If you feel called to like, comment, and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Okay, let's have a look at the strongest energies coming through for you, Aries, for the month of November. Strongest energy, please. Ooh, it's those two. Okay. What else wants to come through? Strongest energy, please, for Aries for the month of November. For the month of November, please, Spirit. Thank you. And I want to get another one from the stick. Let's have a look. See what wants to come through for Aries for the month of November. Thank you. Okay. Now, I did want to say September randomly there, so this may have been a cycle for you from September, or you notice a shift in September and we're coming full circle in November for you. We have Work Through Your Fears, New Moon in Scorpio. We also have Expect Powerful Change, New Moon Eclipse. This could be actually with the eclipse season having that September energy come through. We have Archangel Raziel, Faith. And we have number 7, Community. Interesting. So, you are going through a lot of change, Aries, and I feel like with this change is bringing up a lot of fear within you, and it's asking for a lot of faith, a trust in the unknown, in yourself, potentially in your community and the people that are around you. But I also feel like there may be a lot of change in your community and the people around you. Interesting. Okay. Your connections or the people that you used to connect with on many levels may be changing for you. Fascinating. Okay. Let's dive deeper and we'll grab the tarot. And we'll have a look to see what's going on for you in the month of November. For the sign of Aries, please, Spirit. What's going on for, that wants to come out. The Knight of Cups. So, communication. Following your heart. Interesting. And cups wanting to show themselves for you, Aries. Okay. Let's have a look, please. And thank you, Spirit. The Lovers. So the Lovers is traditionally a decision card, a choice. This can relate to a love offer or a love connection for some. And if it's not, I don't mean necessarily romantic, especially when it has community here. This could be friends, colleagues, family. Yeah, there's a decision here, and there's the Justice, because it's balancing out the energies. because what I feel is this change is releasing fears within you that have potentially limited you or held you back. And when we release these limitations and fears, sometimes our environment, the people that we connect with, start to change because you change. So let's have a look at your energy, Aries. The Death card. Wow. Transformation, endings and beginnings. The caterpillar turns into the butterfly. Scorpio energy. Yeah. Okay. You are changing. What is your challenge? The Ten of Cups. Emotional fulfillment. What brings you joy? Okay. This may be a challenge at this time to focus on joy and emotional fulfillment, especially when fears are rising. So let's have a look at what you're focusing on. Temperance. This is balancing out energy. This is patience. This is also Sagittarius energy. Okay. And what don't you see? The Two of Pentacles. More balanced energy. This can be juggling, but I feel like with the Temperance, this is about balancing out energy. Okay. What is influencing you at this time? The Fool. A leap of faith. Is an interesting faith coming down here in your messages. A leap of faith, starting fresh, going into the unknown because you're starting at zero, potentially starting again for some. What's in your future energy here? The Four of Swords. This is rest. This is healing. This is putting the past to rest. Interesting. This could be past version of self, saying goodbye to a past version of self that held a lot of fears and limitations. Interesting. But also past connections, past places, past jobs, past a lot of past stuff coming up, obviously, but it's putting things to rest and moving forward. Interesting. What's coming towards you? The Nine of Pentacles. Now, this is a very independent energy. Now, this doesn't mean that you're going to be solo. Maybe this is for some, but this is going, yeah, interesting, because I'm getting this community card, right? And this is very independent. So maybe it's leaving a job and going out and starting your own business. This could be leaving friends, community networks that didn't support you or are just vibing on a different level where you're wanting to go. And so you're breaking free from this community, network, people, places, things. It's going to be a lot of different energies for you. But yeah, claiming your power back and yeah, doing something independently. Okay, your advice here. The Tower. More Scorpio energy. Death in the Tower. My goodness, this is massive transformation for you. Expect powerful change. That's why that card came out today. Yeah, this is letting go of the old version of you. Yeah, there's just a lot. When you change within, it's amazing how, one, your old habits disappear. You're letting go of so much of your thoughts and ideas that were limiting as well. But also when you change within, it's that external environment change as well, where you're all of a sudden going, I don't resonate with these hobbies, these people, these places anymore. And that's okay because you are changing and growing, Aries. This is beautiful. And your likely outcome, yeah, the 10 of Swords, a massive ending here. The Death coming out in your energy. This is not to be feared. And I think this is why work through your fears is coming up. Endings, there's sorrow, there's the unknown with the Fool, going into the unknown, that can make a lot of, it makes us uncertain. And when we let go of things, we don't necessarily fully consciously understand why all of a sudden you're not connecting or resonating with people, places, things anymore. We can kind of, well, it's not freak out, but just go, what's happening? Why is everything ending? Why is everything changing? And I really, the advice here, especially with the Tower in your advice, let it fall. Don't fight this. This is for your highest good. Have faith. And that's the thing. Faith is something that is unseen. You're having to trust in the process and how life is changing for you right now, Aries. Okay, now let's have a look, dive a bit deeper. Why is the Death card here for Aries, please? I feel like, yeah, okay. Where's the Death? So you're balancing out the energies. This keeps coming up with the Temperance, the Two of Pentacles. Now we have the Six of Pentacles. I feel like you are giving to a different part of self. So instead of feeding the ego, the doubts, the limitations, you're now feeding the what if, the possibility, the positivity, which is beautiful. And this is the change that's occurring because you have clarity here. You have new wisdom. Yeah, this is beautiful. But we do have the Nine of Swords and the Moon. Now, the Nine of Swords is stress, worry, sleepless nights. The Moon, the unknown. And this is because in the past here, what's influencing it, you've taken a leap of faith already, maybe into a new chapter, a new opportunity, new job, new relationship, new something, because you've already taken the leap. It's already influencing you. And you're now going through a death and rebirth, a transformation. With that, there's a lot of unknown with the moon. There potentially is a lot of darkness. The moon represents nighttime, right? So darkness. And with that, a lot of fears can rise. Hence the worry, the stress, I'm hearing for some panic. Don't panic. But it may be rising within you because you are now giving to a different version of you, which is beautiful. It's just a process, a transition. And maybe that's all you need to know from this reading, is that what you're going through and the fears that are rising, just remember it's part of the process of change. Okay, so your challenge at the moment is the Ten of Cups. Where's the Ten of Cups here? Where's the Ten of Cups here? We have the Four of Wands at the bottom of the deck. We also have the Seven of Swords, which landed kind of on the Community card, and the Chariot. So I'm getting that you potentially, this is fears with the Seven of Swords. This is self-sabotage. This is doubt. Although that energy that just really limits you. And it's with your emotional fulfillment And with the Chariot, this is Cancer energy. This is about moving forward, balanced. Again, the Chariot's pulled by the yin and the yang, the masculine and feminine energy that is balanced. And more balanced energy is the Four of Wands too, very stable and grounded energy. This could be in relation to your personal stability, how you feel within self. This could be within your home, your finances, your work, with the Eight of Pentacles underneath that. There's just a lot of energy rising, and it is kind of challenging your emotional fulfillment, your happiness at this time. And this is because you're going through a massive rebirth. I don't like the saying ego death, because our ego doesn't die. It can change. And we can work with our ego, but it never actually dies. So I don't necessarily like that term, but there's this massive transformation, but there is a lot of fears rising, and this is something that you are potentially aware of. Let's have a look with the Temperance here. Why is the Temperance here for Aries? Yeah, okay, beautiful. Here is the Star card at the bottom of the deck, which is healing and wish fulfillment. So, yeah, and the Fool. Because you've already taken this leap of faith. You've already decided, you've already started to move in a new direction. And we have the World. The World is a whole new cycle. And we have the Death card, Scorpio energy, coming out again. The World card also has fixed signs, usually. And fixed energy can take time to change. They like things fixed and steady. And there's something about this change into this new that's going to take time, and hence why I believe in your focus. You know that you need patience with this process to balance out the energies. I'm also getting for some that you are going into this new energy. You kind of already taken that leap of faith, that first step, or it's definitely you're already in it, but you're not quite fully. It's almost like that in between, the void. Interesting, because the veil is very thin at the end of October, going into November. But there's that void where there's still the old clearing out, but you've already there's still parts of you that's all prepared. You've been preparing for this new cycle. And there's this mixture of the two, the old and the new, as you go through this transition, massive death and rebirth here. So you are aware that it is going to take time to balance out. So that is good to see, Aries. Okay, let's have a look at the Fool. Why is the Fool influencing us here? Okay, we have the Eight of Pentacles and we have the Five of Cups. Interesting. And we have the Nine of Swords at the bottom with the Ace of Swords. Where's that clarity? Truth. I feel like in the past you've actually taken the leap of faith to work on the Five of Cups, to work on your fears, your limitations, your thought process, but not only within self, in your environment. I'm seeing things around, like this energy that's around her at the moment. So also working on your community. So to me, this is your environment, work colleagues, your actual job, the people, places, things that you spend time investing in. You're actually looking at what doesn't serve you or what's not working for you, and you're taking a leap of faith in a different direction, that clarity to move differently, or you're starting to see. So with the Ace of Swords, it's about clarity, but taking those rose colored glasses off and seeing people, places, things differently, and going, actually, this doesn't bring me joy, emotional fulfillment. Feels draining. What's draining your energy as well? Interesting. Okay, let's have a look at the Two of Pentacles, what you don't see coming here. Why is the Two of Pentacles here, please? Thank you. So I feel like with the Queen of Swords, you're taking action, you're making a decision, you're taking that sword, that clarity, and you're taking action with the Queen of Wands. This is also confident energy. Yeah, the Lovers coming out again. Remember, that was at the bottom of this deck as well. This is that decision. You've made the decision with this Queen of Swords. You're taking action and you're balancing out the energy of this Five of Pentacles, feeling left out in the cold, this lack, the limitations. I'm getting the limitations a lot. So beliefs, or people, places, things that feel like they're keeping you small. Interesting. So you're taking action here. That's what you don't see coming. You're balancing this out. Beautiful. Okay, we have the Nine of Pentacles coming towards you. Why is the Nine of Pentacles here for Aries? Yes, beautiful. Death card, landing right on the Death card. It's all the way through this reading. You are transforming. You are coming out confident, financially stable. This is independence, knowing who you are and where you're going. And this is a massive transformation, claiming your power, growing, expanding. And you may be doing it just because of this woman here. You may be doing it quietly. Maybe this is also something that you don't even know you're doing and experiencing. Sometimes our transformations kind of can creep up on us and go, oh my God. You wake up one day and going, I've changed. Like, this doesn't feel like me anymore. And maybe that's what's coming in with this, because the Tower can be sudden, shocking. But let's dive into the Tower for your advice. Thank you, Spirit. We have the World, the Five of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. So you're going into this new energy, this new cycle. There may be Page of Pentacles. This is that novice energy that I'm getting. So maybe this is that this new version of you. Who am I? Who is this person? It may feel very different. But with the Five of Wands here, it's saying don't fight this. Allow this to fall. Allow this change, because it's going to change your inner and outer worlds. And yeah, it's about moving forward and allowing it to change. Yeah, Six of Swords underneath that. That's moving towards calmer waters. So the Ten of Swords is the likely outcome here. And as the Ten of Swords represents an ending, we have Justice at the bottom of the deck. Again, more balancing out that energy. There is the Five of Cups, which is mourning, grieving, right? And we have the Four of Swords. That's attending a funeral, literally, in this image. So this ending, because you are moving forward and potentially quite quickly with the Knight of Swords, once this ending kind of occurs, but you will have to move through a moment of mourning, grief of what was, whether this is old version of self, people, places, things. But remember that this is balancing out the energy. This feels peaceful, harmonious. I love this for you. Okay, and in the future we have the Four of Swords. Why is this here for Aries? Yeah, beautiful. The Eight of Cups. Beautiful. So yes, this may be uncomfortable, this ending. This is putting that mourning, that old version of self, the old life that you're leaving behind to rest, and you are walking away with the Eight of Cups from the past. You're not going back there anymore. You're going into the future, and you are doing so with strength. Leo energy here. Taming the mind, that ego. Remember, we're talking about ego death, that change in our thought processes, and yeah, we're working with our ego forward so we're not limited. This is beautiful, Aries. This is a massive transformation. Be patient with yourself and the actual process. But my goodness, massive change is coming in for you. Expect powerful change. Okay, so this is your reading. I'm sending you much love, light, and insight, and I'll see you next time.